Picture yourself in a race. Let's say a 5K. You're in a 5K race and you're running and you're running and you're running. Okay. And it's people on your sidelines. It's people with water bottles. It's people cheering you on. Woo! It's people on the opposite side. It's people, you see people with their families supporting the other runners, saying, "Go mom, go dad." Then there's other people on the sidelines that's just watching. And then think about, as you're running in this 5K race, it could even be your family cheering you on, or people getting louder, woo! And you look behind the people that's cheering you on, or even beside them, everybody's still on the sidelines. But you see demons. You see Satan booing you. Boo! You suck. You're not going to make it. Look at you. You can't even run. Everybody's running past you. They ain't going to make it. Imagine Satan's on all these things as you're running. I want y'all to understand something. Deception is a distraction. Deception is a distraction. To make sure that you're not deceived by Satan, you need to make sure that you're not distracted at all. And to make sure that you're not distracted, you need to make sure that you strengthen your focus on God. Deception is a type of distraction. Anything can be a distraction if you let it, but deception is a type of distraction. Stay focused on God so you don't become distracted. If you're not distracted or easily distracted, you won't fall for deception when the enemy sends it. However, if you're focused on God and not pay attention to what's on the sidelines, then you won't be deceived and distracted. You won't fall for it. I want to go ahead and talk to you about distractions. There are healthy distractions, and then there's unhealthy distractions. Like thinking about if you're going through hardships and you take the time, or you're angry, you say, "Hold on, let me go calm down. Let me go look at," or somebody's having a panic attack and they say, "Go look at a picture of cute puppies." That's a healthy distraction to get your mind off of whatever it is that you were just focused on. But when you're focused on things that you need to be focused on, aka making it to the finish line in this 5K, in this race, just as much as Satan booing you is a distraction, those people cheering you on can be a distraction. I want y'all to understand that we keep saying, "God, help me not to be deceived. Help me not to be distracted." But at the end of the day, we keep looking at Satan. But if we're not strengthened in our focus in God, even those things that meant us well, even those people that said, "Here go water bottles on the sideline, just in case you need it." I don't want you to pass out. I don't want you to pass out because of dehydration. It's here in case you need it. It's there every mile. If you're not focused, if you're not good at being focused on God, even that will become a distraction. Those people say, "Woo, woo," cheering you on the side, that can become a distraction. If you let it, now your mind is, when you let Satan distract you, when you let that distraction in, period. And you say, "Look at all these people cheering for me." Just as much as deception can come in, because we thinking that letting the booze get to us is going to allow deception in. Just being distracted can allow deception in. Because while they're cheering for you on the sidelines and you done got distracted, and now you in your head, you done lost focus, you can say in your mind, "Look at all these people cheering for me. Dang, now I got to make sure I go. Now you starting to think about, what are they thinking about?" You should have been counting. Breathe, breathe, breathe. God help me. Come on, we're almost there. Come on, push, push, push. All these things you should be thinking, right, as you're running. And don't get distracted by me running. But all these things you should be sitting here thinking about as you're running. Breathe in. You breathe a little bit harder. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Okay, you almost by the first mile. Okay. Woo. All right, slow it down so you can catch your breath, keep your arms going. All these different things like that as you're running. But if you sit up there and you lose focus and you lose sight of what you should be saying in your head to get you to where you need to go, I always like to say millionaires don't think about being millionaires. They don't think about money all the time in the sense of saying, I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money. They make money. So the mindset goes from, how can I get the most money? How can I do this? How can I do that? Is, what do I need to do today? What do I need to execute today? What are my tasks for today? What are the plans today? What can I do? It's not, it's the same way with a runner. Running isn't about, oh, let me just go running. It's pushing yourself. It's even when your heart is starting to beat and you feel like I'm not going to make it. And you feel like I'm out of breath. Keep going. Even when you feel like you're about to have a heart attack. Listen, I'm telling you, you feel like your heart about to stop. You got to keep going. When you tell yourself, hold on, I'm almost there. But you say, no, keep going. Keep pushing yourself. But when you break focus and you stop thinking this and you take that eye and you start looking out the corner and you allow yourself to get distracted for what you should have been focused on. And they meant well for you. They weren't trying to distract you. But this is something in your core. This is something internal you got to work on. This is something internal you got to do. This ain't got nothing to do with the world. This is something about you. If you're easily distracted, that's something you need to work on personally. You can't keep saying, God, take the distractions out of my life. Distractions are going to be there. Those people, as you're running, they're going to be there every mile asking if you need water. There's going to be people out there trying to give you fans. There's going to be all these bold, bright, and beautiful colors. There's going to be people talking. There's going to be the smell of food that smells good. There's going to be people running past you all fast. You're going to hear the horns honking. You're going to see the animals running across your path. And you still got to keep going. You're going to be out of breath. You can have distractions. They ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. You let the fact that you're out of breath and you start focusing on that, you're going to stop and you won't keep going. The fact that your feet hurt can stop you and allow you to get distracted. Once you're distracted, here goes Satan. Well, your feet hurt. You can stop now. Y'all, right now I'm running without no shoes on in place. So right now I want to stop, but nope. Guess what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on. The end of my race right today is the end of this video. But I got to say what I need to say. So for you guys out there, even if I got to clip it out, I'm still gonna keep running. Focus. Ask God to help you focus. Because as you focus, it don't matter the distraction. It doesn't matter what's on them sidelines. It don't matter if a squirrel run across your path. It don't matter if you see a beaver. It don't matter if you see a snake. You're going to hop over it. It don't matter if you're tired. It don't matter if you're over breath. It don't matter how many people dash right beside you, past you. It does not matter. It doesn't matter if it starts raining. It doesn't matter if the wind starts blowing you off to the side. You're going to adjust. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That was not planned. But it doesn't matter. You're going to keep going. Because what you need is, distractions are going to be there for the rest of your life. They're going to be there. People are going to talk junk. Enemies are going to be there. And the enemy is going to use people to come up in your face and woo you. The enemy don't work that way all the time. Deception isn't just always somebody giving you the evil eye. Some people are going to come and they're going to give you flattery. Woo, keep going. It's just as much as the booze. That's how Satan gets in your mind, by you not being focused on what you need to be focused on. When God sends you in new places, aka this race, you can't get distracted by all the celebration. You can't get distracted by all the people that's pushing you on saying, come on, good job. Because in the season where God says, listen, I know they're telling you to go this way, but I'm telling you to go straight. And you ain't getting no cheers anymore, and they cheering for the person coming past you, guess what? You're going to try to go on to this way. You're going to be distracted. And you're going to stop. But God don't need you to stop. God don't need you to stop. So you got to stay focused. You can't get distracted. You cannot be easily distracted. I'm going to tell y'all. I hear that in the spirit that some of you guys, you love to pray. I used to be one of them. I used to pray about this all the time. God, take away these distractions. Take away this. Listen, that unhealthy food is going to be there. It's going to be there. You're going to go in grocery stores around America. Listen, this is $1 billion industry right here. You're going to go in grocery stores and you're going to see those candy bars and you're going to see all this unhealthy food and hours that you got, all these long hours you're going to have to walk past to get to the healthy foods, to the foods that you want. It's going to be like that. You ain't stopping their business, but you got to have enough focus in you and tenacity to go in and get what you want. You got to have enough focus. Listen, even when it's not even so tempting, even when you do online shopping, if you're easily distracted, where in person you got to walk by the cookies, you get to smell it. It ain't just that you get to see that they advertising. You got to smell it. You see it in other people's cars. You looking at it, you getting a whole experience going on. But when you're doing online shopping, if you're easily distracted, they're not even advertising your favorite foods. But you go up there in the search bar looking for it. As soon as you see that one cookie, you don't even like those type of cookies, but it makes you think of cookies. You are there searching the type of cookies. No, you don't need it. The issue isn't always the distractions. It's us. It's what we think. It's us losing focus. If you stay focused, you're going to write down that plan, what you need. You're going to stay focused. You're going to think what you need to think. Even when you go inside of the grocery store, here's the food that I need. I don't want that. Let's say, oh, it's on sale. I don't want that. That's not what I need. It's cheaper than that. I don't want that. It's not what I need. And then even when I'm in stores and I see something, look, I say, strawberries, berries. I repeat it. All right, where's this at? Where's that at? Where that at? I ain't looking and say, oh, sounds, where's this at? Where's that at? Next item, crossed out the list. Next item, crossed out the list. Where's the shortest line? All right, I'm out. I ain't think about nothing else. So when you're in this 5K, when you're in this race that you're in life that God has you in, whatever it is for you, you need to stay focused. So right now, we need to ask God to help us to stay focused and not distracted, because that's the issue. The distractions ain't going nowhere. So Father God, I'm going to start running now. So Father God, we're almost at that finish line. Father God, help us to stay focused on you. Help us to pray the right prayers. Help us to be led by you. Help us to not be so easily distracted, so that when the major distractions that Satan sends our way, whether it looks good to us or bad, no matter how tempting it is, that we remain focused on you, God. Help us to have a hyper focus on you, so focused that we don't even, whatever is Satan put on the sidelines, we ain't even see it. Have us, God, so focused that when we went up in the store, like with grocery shopping, we didn't even see the cookie out. We didn't even see the aisle. We didn't even walk by it. We didn't know it was there. We didn't know the whole store layout was different. We didn't know what was on the sidelines. We didn't know the enemy, the tricks and plans the enemy had set up for us, because we didn't realize, because we were so focused on you. We were so focused in our prayer life. We didn't know what lies were said about us. We were so focused on fulfilling the assignments that you have for us. We didn't know how other people felt about us, what was coming against us. God, help us to be so hyper focused on you, that what the enemy meant for our hang up to take us out keeps us going. And God, revolutionize us, God. Give us strength. Help us to keep going when we don't feel like we can keep going. Help us to keep going when we're tired. Help us to keep going when our spiritual feet hurt. Help us to keep going when our heart is tired, our heart is pumping. Help us to learn how to sweat. God, help us to learn how to sweat. God, help us to get used to sweating, because there's going to be some seasons. If we want the victory, we're going to have to learn how to sweat. If we want the victory, we're going to have to learn how to keep going even when our chest, our heart is beating. Help us to, God, help us to learn how it feels to be out of breath, because we're running so fast. We're running so much. Help us to know what it is, how to carry the weight. Give it to you, but carry the weight. But what to think about in the time where we're going through and Satan is coming against us. But help us to stay focused and in that zone, God. Help us to be focused in that zone. Help us, God, to stay focused in that zone. Help us. That's why we're here, to be in that zone, God. Help us to be in the zone. Help us to zone in. We need to be in that zone, that tunnel. We ain't trying to zone out. We're trying to zone in. So, Father God, I thank you for that. I thank you for this fruition. That's why I hear the word fruition. To be fruitful. Ooh, down I got my lip gloss on stuff anyway. To be fruitful and multiply. To be fruitful. You have won the race. You will win the race. You have won the race just by you. By the things that I have told you in this video, you have won the race already. If you can hyper focus on what it is that God has for you, what's right in front of you. Hyper focus, to focus on, if I could tell you one thing before I end this video, is I think of just like I said, you in that race. The work that you need to be doing on top of what God has assigned to you is developing your mindset, your posture, making yourself fit for the run. Make yourself fit. Keep yourself fit. You can't just get up and just run all the time. You got to make sure you build enough muscle so you can run physically. I'm saying this for real. People who run these 5Ks, you don't just wake up and just run 5Ks. You got to train for it. You got to get fit for it. You got to practice. So the thing is not sitting here and try not to be distracted. The thing is, you need to train to be focused. You need to train to be hyper focused on what it is. You need to train to be zoned in. As you train, you're going to stay zoned in when you need to be zoned in. Guys, my name is TaZhané. You have a wonderful day.